Yo, listen, damn, I've been woke for a minute. Getting checks need a percentage, getting so lifted. How I'm so gifted, I played in your track, but they told me to skip it. I just been spitting, look at me back in my ways. I've been on this shit since back in the day. You could not tell me that I did not pay for the sins I committed. Got locked in a cage, stay in your place, I'm riding the BM, but I want the way.
Yo, what is going on, everybody? It's your boy McQuinn, and I'm back with another episode of the Yup, I Said It podcast. I'm out here in the capital, and again, you know, all the food trucks is out here, they doing their thing. First off, I want to give a shout out to New Wave Studios. If you want to book a session, just go ahead and hit us up on Instagram at New Waves Guam, or go to newwavesguam.com. You want to book yourself a DJ, just hit up my man DJ Heartless at DJ_Heartless671. We got a single out from Spell and Hundo Benji called Lay It Down. It is available on all streaming platforms. Also stream I Am Ray John's Adore You, available on all streaming platforms. And we got a brand new single coming out tomorrow, as a matter of fact, from Hundo Benji called Vibin' Out, featuring Spellrell. That song's gonna be a hit. And I also got the Booze Cruise, Halloween, Lit, all that Halloween podcast will be out by this weekend. So shout out to Spellrell and Cass for allowing me to create and shoot some content on there. And also shout out to Lit for allowing me to be there and make that happen. All right. So now that I unplugged everybody, here on Guam, today it's Veterans Day. And I myself am a veteran, you feel me? I kind of consider myself a two-time veteran though, because, you know, from 2008 to 2012, I did my 4 years in the Navy, and then from 2014 to 2019, I was a Merchant Marine working for Military Seal Command. So altogether, I got, you know, almost a decade, you know, working with the service, and honestly, I've learned so much from it. You know, I grew a lot. I probably wouldn't be where I am had I not, you know, joined the Navy or joined MSC, you know? And I'm here eating my food. Shout out to Mananga Pika. They got them birria tacos. They be bussin'. So if you come out here on Thursday and get you some of that. I know I'm not supposed to be eating when I'm shooting, but fuck it, I don't care. It's Veterans Day. It's about me up in this bitch, you know what I'm saying? But I just kind of want to talk and touch up a little bit about some of my military experiences, because that's something I normally don't talk about on my podcast. But since it's Veterans Day, it's 11/11, I figured I might as well just go ahead and do that. So I had joined the Navy right after I graduated high school, guys. So I got my diploma May 29th, 2008. June 26th, I was on a plane to Great Lakes, Illinois to go to basic training. And it was very challenging, you know what I mean? It was like my first time really away from home, really away from everything that I know. Hell, it was my first time leaving California. I mean, we don't really count Vegas and all that shit because Vegas is still Cali in a sense, you know? But for the sake of this, it's my first time leaving California. You know, going to Great Lakes and going to boot camp, y'all, I almost didn't pass. I almost didn't make it. You know, it was challenging, and the really hard part for me was the swim. I know y'all gonna get on my ass. Oh yeah, he black, he can't swim anyway, blah blah blah. Shut the fuck up. Yes, I didn't know how to swim at all. But the beauty about that is they taught us how to swim. Now here's the funny part about this shit. When they took us to go do the swim test. So everybody that could swim, which is like all the white and Hispanic people, we're in a section and they're like, all right, if you can't swim, go over here. It's nothing but black people and Asians. Now, to me, it was kind of funny. I know I wasn't supposed to laugh about it, because, you know, in boot camp, you got to have like military bearing, you got to be serious. You can't really joke, you can't fuck around. Because at least, I mean, when I went during the time where shit was like serious. Like nowadays, the boot camp is very soft. It's very, very soft. But like back then, those guys weren't fucking around at all. You know, I joined like, you know, towards the end of of all the old school guys. A lot of them were on their way to retire and stuff. So I still got to get a glimpse of the old school type of mentality, but within the 2000s. So I didn't know how to swim. So every day I had to go to the pool, to the kiddie pool, to learn. They were there to teach me. And we had to do these series of like mini tests. And this will determine if if they were ready for us to actually take the swim test. So, after a couple weeks of going, I got better, and they're like, okay, you're ready. So here's the fucked up part about the swim test. They put you on this platform. It's about 10 feet high. Now, 10 feet may not seem that high now, but the first time, that shit seems like it looked like you on a fucking skyscraper, like you on top of the damn Eiffel Tower or some shit. Like, that's how I felt. Like, yo, this is hella high. And, getting ready, because you got to jump off of it. Or actually, you don't jump off. These assholes push you off. So you stand on the edge, right? You go to the edge and they tell you, they tell you 1 foot, and then they say step. You put your 1 foot out, and then they like shove you. They give you like a nudge. So there's no going back from this shit. Like, there's no going back at all. So once you put that foot out, once they push you, you can't like push yourself back or whatever. If you try to catch yourself, you're gonna be hanging off the damn platform. So they do this on purpose, and they push you in the water. And you gotta be basically gotta be calm. You can't like panic, because that's where you're gonna fuck up at. The first time, I kind of panicked. I did start to swim, but I was about halfway there, and I just, I started to like, I started getting really like, started panicking basically. I was really, really stiff, and they were telling me, relax, Manning, relax. And, I couldn't, and the rescue swimmer came and grabbed me out of the water. And, of course, I didn't pass that time. I had to just keep going back to practice. So, first time, or the second time I went to do the test, this time I passed because of the swim test. You have to swim. Now, this is an Olympic-sized pool. This is about 50 meters. So they push you off, and you basically have to swim across that whole 50 meters. You have to swim all the way to the end. And they don't care how you do it, whether you breaststroke, whether you backstroke, side stroke, whatever. As long as your ass swim to the end of that pool, that's all that matters. So then after that, right, you have the prone float, where basically they put you in the water, and you have to like float for 5 minutes. You bring your head up, you breathe, then put your head back down, and you're like in this prone position, like this, and you have to float, keep yourself afloat. That's the part that was really fucking me up. I had to go through that a couple times, and I just didn't pass it. So here's where shit got real. Here's the part where I almost didn't like pass, and they were gonna push me back. Now my class was graduating, or we were getting ready to graduate like the next week, right? So I had, this day was my last chance, like literally guys, my last fucking chance. If I didn't pass, I would get what they called it in boot camp is called ass mode, where basically they push you back a couple weeks while your other like group goes on and they go graduate and shit. I would have gotten pushed back another like 3 weeks. And I'm like, yo, fuck this shit, bro. Because graduation comes like right around my birthday. I'm finna turn 18. Like, I ain't going out like no bitch. I am not failing. I'm gonna do everything I can. And guys, a fucking miracle happened. I ended up passing. And I almost wanted to cry, bro, because that was the part that really like that really had me scared. And I was so excited. So, we had to go back to my compartment, and let my recruit commanders know. Now, mind you, I walked in there and I yelled, "Who, yeah?" And they was like, "Manning, what the fuck are you doing?" They started yelling, "No, petty officer, I passed." Like, I was so excited that I lost bearing. And, they put me at attention or whatever, and because obviously I wasn't supposed to do that. But then they kind of like they kind of eased off a little bit because they knew like shit got real, and if I didn't pass, I was gonna get pushed back. So they were like, you know, congratulations to Seaman Recruit Manning, he finally passed his swim. So now we go on to the last course, or the last like thing before we graduate. It's called battle stations. Now we are up like the whole fucking day getting prepared, and it's like we're finna go to war. You know, this thing starts at around like 7, and you know, they want us to get all pumped. Battle stations. Like it's getting real. You know what I mean? It's like we finna go to motherfucking war. Like we finna go, like it's finna be some gang war type shit. Like it's finna go down. You know what I'm saying? So we ready, we pumped up, we excited. You know what I'm saying? Us and our brother division, you know, we all walking like we turned up, like we finna get this shit. Battle stations, nigga, we out here. You know what I'm saying? So now they take us to, it's a ship, right? It's like a simulated ship. It was built by Universal Studios. Now this shit is like, it's literally like a real Navy ship, but it's like simulated. So, you know, we're doing this, and you know, we're learning how to be on a ship at night when shit gets real. So there's like fire drills. We gotta fucking plug fucking like holes and shit. Like it's water coming up on the ship, and they teach it like, so we're doing all this shit like if shit were to get real on a ship. And mind you, we are up the whole fucking night. Now I was up all day already. Now we up the whole night. Now here's the part where I fuck up again. I almost didn't pass battle stations because your boy was tired. I started to like nod off, right? And one of the petty officers caught me, and he grabbed me. He's like, "Come here." And he put me to the corner like, "If I see you fucking falling asleep again, I'm gonna fail you." I said, "Shit." Now my heart's beating fast because I'm scared. I'm like, okay, I cannot fall asleep because this motherfucker already caught me. So we get through it all. Mind you, I am so tired, doing everything I can to not fall asleep. Because if I don't fall asleep, I'm screwed. I'm not graduating. And we get through all these series of like events where there's like a fire, and we gotta dress up in firefighter out costumes and like put out the fire. Now these are like real fires, but of course it's like in a training environment, but still like it's real like fires that's happening. It shit was crazy. Then they had general quarters, like red man battle stations. It's like, oh, they simulate like us getting hit by a fucking torpedo and shit. So it's a big ass hole that we gotta fucking patch and put out. And dude, our feet, like we soaking wet. This is the real deal, y'all. This is like some shit is really happening while we out at sea. And man, it was scary, but we got through it. And after we did complete battle stations, they showed this video, like a montage of like this like Navy like package, and basically saying to us, congratulations, you guys are like officially United States sailors, right? Now while they're showing this video, I'm gonna keep it 100 with y'all. I broke down and started crying, bro. I really started crying. That was the first time, you know, in a long time that I really like cried real tears. You know, I haven't cried at that point like since my cousin passed. And because we used to wear these recruit ball caps, basically let us know that we ain't shit. So we're recruits. So they switched our recruit hats and they gave us Navy hats, and that's how we knew it was real. Yo, I was dead ass like crying for real, and it just was such a feel good moment because I had overcame so much to finally make it. When people didn't think I was gonna pass, people was like, "Oh yeah, you'll be back home, and you'll be back home soon." You know, I had to go through all that hell to pass the swim test, and plus I almost didn't pass the battle stations. So man, when I finally passed, yo, I didn't give a fuck about bearing none of that shit. I just let it all out, and they were all like cool about it too. I think it was one other person like next to me that was kind of crying a little bit too, but like, I got like super emotional, man. That shit was real. And then the next week we graduated. I'm in that bitch like awesome G shit. I see my mama and my brother there. I'm like, nigga, my mama here. We lit. Like, I'm so excited because like it's real. I'm a fucking sailor, guys. Like, I did it. I did all this at 17, by the way, because my birthday wasn't until the following Monday. So, man, this was a feel-good moment, and it happened. Now, I know I've been talking to y'all about this boot camp story for a long-ass time. I'm not gonna even talk that much about my Navy stories. All right, I'll give you one. I'll give you a deployment one. So there's one time in Tonga. We went to Tonga. Yep, shout out, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to the polys, my poly ooses. And yo, Tonga was fucking awesome. The people out there were great. Everything was just great. The island is beautiful there. But I decided to get drunk with my goofy ass. Now, mind you, I wasn't old enough to even be drinking. I was 20. Drinking age is 21. Now, of course, when you're overseas, the drinking age varies. But if you're in the military, the drinking age is 21. They don't give a fuck. Thankfully, I was on an all-male ship. And, all of my leading petty officers, my chiefs, they were all like old school badasses. You know, they were some salty motherfuckers. These are guys that didn't fuck around. These were real men. So they already knew how it was. They didn't give a damn if we got fucked up, as long as we didn't get too fucked up to come to work the next day or to like get caught by, somebody else. But like if it was within our department, they were usually cool about it. But these motherfuckers out here buying us drinks, So now I decided to drink a little too much. Because this point in time, your boy didn't know his limit. These assholes, I was fucked up. We got back to the ship. I'm throwing up all over the berthing. And these cocksuckers got me on video, laid out, next to my own vomit. It's fucking putrid. I just went back and found the video today and watched it. I might just fucking show it. But, these guys are dicks. They were just making fun of me, laughing. And they know I'm a huge Michael Jackson fan. They're like, hey, Michael Jackson, don't throw up, kid. I bet you ain't on your toes. It's just like, these guys are some douchebags, man. Man, the USS Cleveland, good times, man. I love those guys. Those are my brothers. I was still a boy when I got there, and I left there a man. Even though a lot of the time they did some fuck shit to me, for the most part, they helped me grow, and they helped me become the sailor that I should have always been. Because when my first year, dude, I was kind of a piece of shit. I was always getting in trouble because I just wasn't used to being away. I had issues with adjusting, and I had issues with the way people talk to me. I didn't get it yet, so I always got myself in trouble. Matter of fact, the first time I came here to Guam, in 2009, my very first deployment, we were going to the Gulf, but we had to stop here on the way first. Buy some of this beer. All right. So right before we pulled into Guam, this was like October 2009. My stupid ass was on watch, on the mid watch. Mind you, we've been working all day, kind of tired. I asked the guys, like, hey, can y'all like go give me like a Red Bull or give me something? Because I was driving at first. I was driving the ship, and I told them, I'm like, hey, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm too tired to drive. I'm gonna wind up falling asleep at the wheel. That's a huge fucking no-no. Don't fall asleep at that damn wheel. And they sent me to go. They sent me to go look. They sent me to lookout. So, I'm on lookout now. And tell me why my ass decided to just fall asleep. I'm laid the fuck out, and I'm gone. Of all fucking people to catch me, of all people, this is the last motherfucker you want to catch you doing anything you're not supposed to be doing. The fucking CO, the captain, the commanding officer, the guy who runs everything, walked out to the bridge wing to smoke a cigar. He spoke to me. I didn't respond because I was gone, knocked the fuck out. So then he tapped me on the shoulder, and I see his face, and I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, oh, how you doing, sir? Like, and he was like, hey, just he was like, here, he's like, cause I had on the the sound powered headphones where I can like speak to the bridge whenever I see like a contact or I see something like out in the water. You know, we're like, hey, give me your binoculars or whatever. Like, we'll find somebody to relieve you. And I was just like, nigga, the Kevin Hart eat ass face, bro. I'm just sitting there like, damn. On the bridge, they like, Manny, what the fuck you doing, fucking captain out there? How the fuck you get? I'm like, yo, you assholes didn't tell me he was coming out there. So miss me with that bullshit. I low-key think them niggas wanted me to get in trouble, bro. Cause when the captain's there, you gonna fucking let somebody know, hey, yo, the captain coming out there, the captain coming, don't dick around. So I get caught by the fucking captain sleeping. I said, yeah, I know I'm going up. Going up by meaning like you're gonna go to like non-judicial punishment, basically where the captain's gonna like ream you and punish you. So I already knew I was going up, but they still sent me to like the different levels. They sent me to go get chewed out by the chiefs. Then I had to go get chewed out by the second guy in command, the executive officer. And I was just like, bro, what's the point? I know I'm going to captain's mast. I know I'm going up. What the fuck? But honestly, like they weren't too hard on me, to be honest with you. And I know that they could tell that I didn't want to be there because I did have a fucked up attitude. And the executive officer like considered separating me. Wanted to kick me out, y'all. but honestly, like my department, they kind of like they wanted me to get punished, but they didn't want me to get kicked out. So they kind of went to bat for me in that sense. They were like, nah, you know, don't kick him out, but you know, punish him if you will, yeah, because he did fuck up. But he's not a piece of shit. He's just still, you know, he's still like young and dumb, but he's got potential. So, you know, I wound up getting 30 days restriction, a half month's pay gone, 30 days extra duty. So yeah, for one of my paychecks, I got paid $97, y'all. And this happened right before we pulled into Guam. So the very first time I came to this island, I didn't even get to leave the ship. All I saw was fucking Sierra Pier on the Navy base. That's all I saw. And I was kind of mad too because the Backstreet Boys' new album came out that week. I'm like, I'm finna go to the next to go get the Backstreet Boys album and hell and shit. I'm finna go to be on this island and, you know, because my childhood friends are from here, or, you know, are Chamorro. So I'm like, I get a chance to like see what they know and see their culture. But nope, your boy was on restriction up in this piece. But it's all good, man. It's all good. And you know, and for the rest of that, man, I really like stepped my game up. I wound up getting my surface warfare pin. I was one of the only junior guys to get it. Now I'm 19, y'all. I'm young, so I'm out here doing shit that, and I'm one of the youngest guys in my department. Hell, let alone on the ship. And I'm doing shit that these older guys aren't even doing. You know what I'm saying? So they like, you know, when I got my pin, captain, he's made a little snug remark like, didn't expect to see you here, but congratulations. I'm like, thank you, sir. Basically saying that you expected me to be a piece of shit, but not really. Hi. Come here. How are you?
Good.
Say what's up to the podcast.
What's up, guys?
Tell everybody who you are.
I'm Clarisse.
This is Clarisse. Show your face. You way too pretty to be wearing a mask out here.
Oh, hell no. I look like...
No, you don't.
I look like a hot-ass mess.
No, you don't. Show your face.
I really do.
Show it. Show it. Ooh, she's so pretty.
Oh.
She's so pretty.
What are you doing?
I'm just talking about, you know, Veterans Day and talking about my time in the service.
How was your
stuff.
time in the service?
It was very interesting.
Was it?
It was very interesting. It was challenging, but, you know, for the most part, I made it through. I got an honorable discharge, so.
Let's know the most craziest story that you went through.
I just talked about one of my crazy stories, too. I just now talked about it.
Well, say something that's like...
I'll give you another one. I'll give y'all another one. So the first time we were in Dubai, right? My first time in Dubai. Now, I got off restriction. My first time off the ship. So the guys, we all went out on Liberty. And they took me to this place called Astoria Towers. Now, I guess this is like a bar, a club. Little did they tell me that this was kind of along the lines of a whorehouse.
Oh my God.
So my first night out in Dubai, they took me to a fucking whorehouse, y'all. Now, mind you, these women here were beautiful. There were some beautiful Ethiopian women, beautiful Russian women, beautiful Chinese women, beautiful Russian women.
That's my dad. He's actually a veteran.
There were some beautiful women there.
Bye-bye. Love you.
Love you too.
Bye, guys. Enjoy.
So yeah, my first night out in Dubai, they took me to a fucking brothel, basically. That was my friend Clarisse. Show some love to the podcast. See, this is how you know my podcast is litty, because anything can happen, y'all. Anything can happen. I love it. But yes, I got took to a whorehouse my first night out on deployment. It was lit. That's all I'm gonna say is it was lit. I ain't gonna say nothing else. I know it's I said it, but I'm just going to keep my mouth shut. Just fucking, hey, paint a picture in your head. Take it how you want it. But, you know, I got out in 2012 because at the time they were downsizing and they were just kind of letting people go. They basically were laying motherfuckers off. Let's just call it that. And like my reenlistment package didn't get approved. Because I did want to reenlist. I'm like, fuck it, I'll do a little bit more time. I'll be able to go do shore duty, you know, and do a couple years off the ship and see how that is. You know, because I'm making rank. I want to get a little more money, get some more benefits. Why not? I didn't have anything else going on, so I'm like, fuck it. The Navy's not too bad now that like I'm kind of established, you know. But, you know, I got out in 2012 and I went to school for a little bit, and then I became a merchant. And how that went was let's see the time on here. Wow, I've been talking for a fucking half hour, damn. But yeah, I was a merchant marine. Did some time in Sasebo. That was pretty cool. Got to go to Fukuoka, got to go to Yokosuka, Tokyo. Then came back to Guam. But I didn't get assigned just yet. I came back to Guam, and it was my first time getting off the ship on Guam, and it was pretty cool. I went to the Pentagon. That's what it used to be called. I went to the Pentagon that Saturday night. That shit was litty. Got to meet a lot of good people. Then your boy gets assigned to the USS Frank Cable, and I got sent back out here. And that's where basically everything has led to now. Because I didn't even want to be out here when they assigned me. I'm like, yo, I don't want to be on Guam. But all along, here was where I was meant to be. And I guess that's why I kept getting sent back. And then I ultimately quit. I would give y'all more MSC stories, but the podcast has been going on a little too long, for me at least. Maybe on another episode I'll give y'all some more Merchant Marine stories. But I'll just say this. I tried to get assigned back out here. They didn't want to assign me. They were trying to assign me to the East Coast. I didn't want to go to the East Coast because I'm a West Coast guy, one. And two, the money's a lot less, and I live on the West Coast, and the cost of living is more than it is on the East Coast. You know what I'm saying? Because the West Coast pay, you get a higher pay. I live in California. Makes sense for me to be getting a California check. You know, so they didn't want to assign me back to Guam, so I just gave them my resignation letter. And then I moved back out here on my own. Because that's how we do it, bro. We bet on ourselves, man. We don't tell nobody shit. We don't let nobody tell us shit. If there's something in life we want, we just go take it. And, you know, that's just my interesting stories as a veteran. I'm a military Sea Lift Command veteran, and I'm a United States Navy veteran. I served my country proudly. Turns out that this is episode 45. You know, to recognize the 45th president, probably the most litest president, Mr. Donald J. Trump. You know what I'm saying? I fucks with Trump. I'm going to just go ahead and say that. I ain't a Trump supporter, but I fucks with him. But I digress. Anyway, that's been another episode of the Yup, I Said It podcast. Please follow me on Twitter and on Instagram at Yup, I Said It pod. And I know you ain't doing nothing, so if you got some time, go on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or any kind of streaming platforms, and subscribe. So that way you never miss out on the most electrifying and entertaining podcast on Guam. Yup, I said it. Y'all have fun, love life, love yourselves. Happy Veterans Day. Peace.